Hi, my name is Sai.
And I'm Subhash. Thanks for tuning back into our podcast.
Today's going to be another wonderful unscripted episode, so let's see where the conversation takes us.
Yeah, before we start, actually, I just wanted to say the reason between the long gaps between episodes is, or at least uploads between episodes, is, uh, I mean, it's not excusable. We just have school stuff.
We have school stuff, we have a bunch of stuff in our personal lives also. We actually had an episode recorded, but we are having trouble putting that one up. It was another unscripted one.
So if we're lucky enough, then we should be able to get that up along with this one. Obviously, that one's going to come up first.
Yeah.
Um, and now on to the episode.
So, Subhash, first off, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday
It
anymore.
was your birthday.
Thank you. Yes. So for my birthday, I didn't really do anything. I had a cake. That's kind of it. I wore new clothes.
A very Indian tradition, okay.
Yes, yes.
That's nice.
I mean, it's called Indian tech support for a reason.
Oh, dude, speaking about tech support, I've been getting a lot of those spam calls, and like now they're not even it's like certain sets of calls. First off, I'm getting like the calls, and then they say nothing just to make sure the number's active to see if you pick up, and then you get the spam calls. They get put on it to a giant list. Don't ask me how I know.
Right. Speaking about spam calls, actually just last night, so we live in the NJ area, and just last night, I got 8 calls from the same number, and it's a number that I don't know of, and it's in
Eight?
Dunelin. Eight calls right after one another. Like they'd even hang up and call me again just immediately, and it's a number that I'm not familiar with. It's an 848 number. I've seen 848 before, but yeah, no, they just kept spam calling me.
Yeah, that's certainly interesting. Why do you think that a lot
mean,
of these call
there's-
centers are established in India
Um,
and like Africa?
I mean, I'm not too sure about them being established in Africa. I'm more sure that India's the second most established, and I think more of them are in Russia than they are in India.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Dude, Russia
Like,
is like
they're spam calling me. Like, I'm over here like, stop spam calling me. Let me scam call you.
scam calls over spam calls blood.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, so dude, what music have you been listening to?
I haven't been listening to much. But music wise, I'm listening more to like people like Kanye. His music, I'm listening to more of his older music. No hate to Kanye or anything, but his music isn't as good as it was before. I think that's something that all musicians deal with. They
Yeah.
deal with the idea of starting from some. I mean, not just musicians in general. I've seen this with a lot of comedians as well.
Content creators in general, man.
Right, yeah. So I'm just gonna start off with musicians, and then I'll go gradually towards comedians. One comedian I know particularly, actually a couple. So yeah, I feel like all musicians face the idea of them being super relatable while they're first making their music, and then as they get uh older and older and get more successful, or not even older and older, the more successful you get, I feel like the more the more the less relatable you get. That's one of the
You die out, and that's
yeah.
like it's like an evolution, a Darwinian. Is that a word? Darwinian? A
think-
Darwinian approach
right,
to
I think
content
so.
creation.
Yeah.
Like for example, I think Logan Paul said this. You either adapt or you die out, and like we see this.
I think he said reinvent or retire.
Yeah, reinvent and retire, and like this is what's happening a lot of the times. Like again, there are some things that you don't like reinvent from, like there, like for example, if you're a sports player, but like in when you're a content creator, a comedian, you have to come up with new jokes. You can't stay with the
Right.
same shtick every day. YouTubers, like the whole Minecraft YouTube thing, like the reason that people like DNTDM had to reinvent, they needed to start new things, and a lot of these people did it a little too late, and that definitely hurt them.
Yeah.
You need to reinvent, or you'll just fall out of relevancy, and eventually. Nothing.
You become someone like J Station, you know? You just
J Station. I haven't heard
yeah.
that name in a long time.
We've mentioned the name in our last. I mean,
Yes,
our
we
last
did.
episode was like recorded 3 months ago, so I
Not-
guess that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Or 4 months ago, actually. Yeah.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah, because we recorded it in January.
I hate J Station with a burning passion.
Right.
I'm
Um,
sorry, but like I know he has to build a name for himself. He has to get
but
that money.
build a
But
name for
still,
yourself better. Am I right?
build a name for yourself without being like, oh my god, guys, Oh, that's like that. The other guy.
That's Phase Jarvis.
Guys,
Oh my gosh, guys!
oh my gosh,
Jarvis!
guys, Jarvis, bro, we need to get $1 million from merch sales to get out of prison.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
dude.
of the comedians I was gonna mention is Jerry Seinfeld. He used to bring up ideas of I mean basically anything you could relate to. Like he would talk about stuff that was insignificant in like your hangers or whatever. I think he mentioned like a sock hanger. Like no one really uses those. That was one of his jokes.
Like, for
Super relatable, super like down to earth. And then now he has a bunch of staff working under him, probably a couple writing his jokes. Obviously, he's probably still writes his jokes.
Just
But
a good amount, at
yeah,
least.
people are working under him, writing some of his jokes. He's hanging out with billionaires. Like, how relatable would you be if you were hanging out with billionaires?
Honestly, that's where a lot of these people fall out of touch because, like, a lot of these people come from humble beginnings. For example, like Peterson. Like, no, who's that one guy? Is King of Staten Island or something?
Oh, yeah,
David
right.
Peterson.
Yeah,
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Pete Davidson.
David Peterson.
David
Pete
Peterson.
Davidson, yeah,
Let's forget about
same
that.
person, same person.
Same thing, basically. But
You
no, Pete Davidson. He came from humble beginning in Staten Island, somewhere that's pretty close to us, I would like to think. Not real.
It's like 50 miles away. Not too bad.
Yeah. But Pete Davidson, humble beginnings. He tells a lot of jokes. Oh, I smoked weed this time one time. Oh, I fell into trouble here, fell into trouble there. You know, he came from a humble upbringing, and now he's like doing these great things, like
I mean, I
Hot
think,
Ones.
yeah, he's still funny. I think if he keeps getting successful, I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't let this routine like take him too. I hope he stays relatable, stays
Honestly.
funny. I'm not to say someone like Jerry Seinfeld isn't funny. It's just that he's not relatable anymore.
Yeah,
and that sense of relatability is important when it comes to like content or comedy. That's something that, for example, a creator that I used to like, and I haven't liked them in like the past couple of years. Lily Singh.
Oh man, Lily Singh.
She used to be funny. She used to actually like this is what I'm talking about. Relatable content.
Somewhat. I mean, yeah, her Indian parent videos, like, they were always over exaggerated. But then again, there was the general gist. She was like,
Like,
"Oh
she
my
was-
god, I'm gonna kill you if you don't get an A." But like, me and Subhash both know that like, if you
If you don't get an A, your parents are gonna be mad at you. Yeah, it's exaggerated, but there is some sense of
there's
truth.
there's much truth in that.
Right. And that's something that she like. If she made her content off of that, I don't understand why she would get a talk show where
Her talk show
that
is so ass.
yeah, her content doesn't have anything to do with her talk show. She doesn't do anything that's related to that. It's basically just Indian girl does Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my god, dude, a strong, empowered woman. That's such a selling point. Like, it's her jokes are bland and
the thing is,
dry.
the only jokes that she makes are that her hair is so long that it goes into her butt crack.
What?
That's a joke that
No way.
It's a reoccurring joke on her talk show and in her YouTube videos.
Oh.
That's a joke that she continues to make, and a joke that like I don't know, she doesn't
man.
like white people or whatever.
Dude, that sucks. That actually sucks. Dude,
And just because you don't like a certain majority of people, don't like just because
Racism. That's racist.
just because
And she.
just because she doesn't like the idea of a certain race being a majority doesn't mean she has to go out and say I hate this race or make fun of them. She consistently says who white people.
Whole white people.
Yeah, like she doesn't need to do that. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Yeah, like for example,
If she was the same person that she was like 4 years ago, maybe, and she didn't let the success like for a while she was going in between and like going in and out of the person that lets success change them, and I didn't know whether she was going to let it change her, but eventually it did. I thought she was going to be one of the like only people that would be successful and not let that success change them.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those things. Not let the same success change you, but then again, as we all know, like some big changes happen, like you getting a lot of money, you're getting a lot of views,
Like,
followers, whatever.
honestly,
It changes you.
I'm not blaming anyone who lets success change them. Like, if
It's for the better, it's
if
fine.
me and Sai got like 1 billion followers,
A billion?
like if 1/7 of the population followed us, I mean, we would obviously let success change us.
I mean, yeah, the first thing well, first of all, my parents would probably like pay off their bills. I would probably,
Nah.
I'd probably like waste it all on like the worst stock investments. Like put it all in like Dogecoin and watch that fall. Or,
I
like-
mean, I mean, Dogecoin is a good stock. Every time Elon Musk tweets about it, it goes up.
I really like Ethereum. Ethereum's a new one. There's this one website I've been using. It's called Crypto Parrot, and what Crypto Parrot does, it's basically like a stock simulator.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but like it's a free stock simulator. You have $100,000, and you have $100,000, and you spend that, and like you watch it rise, fall. You could sell, you could buy,
Right.
and it even has like a bunch of stuff like that. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I was recently getting into stocks, just looking at certain indexes in what I could invest in. Indexes are one of the greatest ways to invest into stocks if you don't want to invest like too much. For example, if you just wanted to save a couple dollars, put it into for example the
S&P 500.
Yeah, the S&P 500. You get by the time you retire, you'll have a couple 100,000 if you just put a couple dollars aside.
That's honestly crazy. Like, for example, me and my dad were actually discussing this in the car. Like, I was working on Crypto Parrot, and like my stuff was going up, 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 down, up, because I invested mostly into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few obscure ones. And one of my obscure ones went up and it made some money. I was talking to my dad. Hey, if you gave me like $4 or $5, I can grow that, and there's little risk, and I think that's pretty cool.
If you save something like around $10 every month, you'll end up with a couple, I think maybe 200,000 by the time you retire.
It's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, like if you invest that, obviously. If you just put aside $10, you'll just have like a couple thousand.
I mean, no, here's the thing, like, crypto is a powerful thing, man. I think that when there's a really low risk thing, like if you put in like a few cents here and there,
right,
and one of your companies fails, well, you still have like 499 other companies, so it's really cool in my opinion.
Not cryptocurrencies, indexes.
Yeah, indexes. Sorry.
Cryptocurrencies are all right. They aren't my go-to when it comes to investing. If I were to invest in something that I thought was reliable, I'd probably invest in some type of precious metal like silver or gold.
I mean, yeah, silver and gold is really cool. I'm actually, I collect gold, like, I stack silver. No, I don't collect gold. I stack silver, yeah. One of the things is, if you're buying, you can't buy in, like, small amounts here and there. Oh, I'll buy this one, because the premiums are way up there. For
Right.
example, if you're buying, like, 1964 quarters, the premiums are going to be very high. If you buy, like, silver rounds, like, the last time I paid for a few silver rounds, it was, like, $49 a round. And if you buy, it's only when you buy in, like, real big bulk amounts, like, for example, from, like, 500 coins, you get like 42, and it goes down and down and down, 39 here and there,
Right.
Yeah, like that's just one thing, dude. Money is so weird.
Right.
I don't like to become a materialist, but like this paper money stuff, it's not my favorite.
Nah, I kind of like money,
I mean, no, but like no, the paper money, I don't like it.
Right.
It's something about it, man.
Honestly, I like quesadillas.
Quesadillas. Why quesadillas?
Because
Oh yeah, my family had Chipotle the other day.
I actually made a quesadilla just now for lunch.
Really? What do you put in it?
So I steamed a bunch. So I'm vegetarian. So
Same.
So we're vegetarian. So I put
I psychically made a quesadilla.
Yes, I steamed a bunch of frozen veggies, and then I cut up some broccoli. Like I cut up the florets and put. I steamed those too. I put them in olive oil or whatever, and I mixed it around, put it onto my quesadilla, put some cheese on. Very nice.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Right.
Like,
and it was actually the first time I ever made a quesadilla with broccoli. I just wanted to try something new.
Fair enough.
Right.
Okay, that's one thing. Bro, something I was watching was you know the TV show Wild and Out. It's I think it's off the air right now, but like there's a bunch of
I
clips on
have
YouTube.
not heard of it. Like I haven't. I don't watch many TV
Basic,
shows.
dude. Speaking about comedians, they bring up a bunch of comedians. Like Pete Davidson was on there. I think not even. I don't think Great Gabriel Iglesias was on there. But like no, they bring on a bunch of
Guest stars or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. They bring on a bunch of guest stars. Like for example, Nick Cannon.
You know,
He was
you know
actually
what
the host
else?
of it.
You know what other show brings on a bunch of like guest stars?
What?
It's a pretty good show.
What is it?
Friends.
Friend. Okay, they had like okay. Name a few ones. I know Danny DeVito was a guest star.
Danny DeVito. There was who's the guy that acted in Die Hard? Why did I think his name was Bill? What's his name? I don't know. I'll look it up.
Okay, let's not get too on a Friends tangent because
And
we already have an episode for that.
do we?
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't have it for Friends. We have it for The Office.
No, we have it for Friends.
No,
too.
we have it for The Office. I'm right. You're wrong. Okay, so Brad Pitt was also on Friends, and let me think. I'm trying to think of who acted in Die Hard. A bunch of people are gonna hate me for this. It was what's his name? Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. He was
Right.
Who was he in Friends?
You know how Ross dated that one of his students for a little while?
Yeah.
Right. Her father was Bruce Willis. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, okay.
Back when he still had hair.
Back. Oh wow, that's like a shiny Pokemon, bro. That's rare.
I know, right?
When was Friends even shot? Like 90s? Like
Yeah, it's
Early
it's
2000s?
early 90 early 90s to early 2000s cuz it's 10 years. Fun fact, although they shot the last episode of Friends on May 5th, I'm pretty sure it aired May 6th, which is my birthday.
wow. You're directly responsible for the end of Friends, Subhash. Congratulations.
It ended 4 years before I was born. Or like
Shh. We don't want to dox ourselves. Oh, what does it matter? You already probably know her.
okay, yeah, so it ended May 6th, 2004. So what is that? That's I don't even know when I was born. 3 years before I was born.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Honestly, when it comes to TV shows that are done airing, I feel like if I was alive during the time that they were airing, I don't
You'd be
know
a
how
fan.
I don't know how I would feel having to wait like a
like a
couple of
month?
months for the next season to start.
Oh,
like,
dude, that must.
You know when Ross was dating that bald girl?
Yeah, the one that
like,
used to like the
one
the ex bald girl.
Yeah, but she became bald in the episode as well. Like Rachel convinced her to become bald.
Yeah, because she was jealous.
Jennifer Aniston, please don't sue us.
We do not condone defamation against Jennifer Aniston. God.
Okay, right. So imagine having to wait 3 months for that cliffhanger because he enters the room and says hi, and then you wait 3 months just to find out what he said afterwards.
Dude.
Like that would be terrible.
Honestly, like
same thing with like shows like The Office. I'm not gonna go on a rant about that because, like I said, because I'm right.
No, you're not, Subhash.
No, we have an episode for The Office, right?
Okay,
so,
we do. I might just have faulty wiring, but still.
Yes, because you are my robot.
Beep boop bop.
So right. Where were we going with this?
Oh, dude, let's switch it up. I see. Like, oh, dude, I was having something in mind.
Are you scared of ghosts?
Okay, that's a whole different thing. Do I believe some sort of spirits exist? Hard maybe. I don't know. Scared
Is there
of
any?
ghosts. There's not really anything that they could do to me.
What scares you?
What scares me?
Yeah.
Like besides, I'm not really sure. I mean,
honestly, what scares me is very realistic things. I think everyone would be scared of this.
yeah.
Death. Obviously, everyone. I mean,
Oh, dude, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for dying soon. I'm scared of dying soon. 'Cause
yeah. I feel like everyone has that fear. Especially I don't know if people our age have that fear. I hope everybody has that fear.
yeah.
I mean, I don't hope everyone has a fear.
Oh, dude, you know Preacher Larson?
No.
From no, dude, Preacher Larson. He's that one comedian that went on America's Got Talent, and he was talking about how his grandma was like, "I don't care when I'm gonna die, cause I know I'm going to heaven." And
Right.
so she was like,
No, but the thing is, old people, I feel like they just don't care if they die or anything. Like,
"They've seen too much. Okay, God, speed this thing up."
yeah, they feel too comfortable with the fact of death.
Is it really too comfortable? Cause they're old. It's gonna happen one of these days. If they're at
Yeah,
peace
no,
with it,
but-
I'm okay with it.
Like, not even old people, like people in their like 50s. I don't really consider them old. I think you're I
like-
consider
it's like-
senior citizens old, like 65 and over.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like people who aren't even that old aren't scared of death. And I think as you age, you really like understand that death is natural. It's something that happens to everybody. Everyone everyone witnesses a loved one die. Everyone experiences death at the end of their lives. It's just something that everyone has to deal with, and I think the older you get, you just understand that fact more.
Yeah. That's pretty
I
much
got
the
I
take
got really
there.
deep there, but you know.
Honestly, here's the thing about death. I want to I want to live a life that I could be proud of. You know, start a family, have that whole nuclear family thing, do some homesteading,
you
buy
know,
buy acres
Indian
of
stuff,
land.
Indian stuff.
No, not even Indian stuff. Just like traditionalist stuff. I want to start a family, have kids.
I want
you
a
know.
farm.
Same. I want to homestead.
I want a ranch.
A ranch was what I was thinking. Yeah.
Right.
But like with cattle. I mean-
Honestly, I don't care much for animals. As long as I'm just able to grow stuff.
I want a nice little house.
Because Indians actually grew. Indians are known for, not known for, but a lot of the Indian population, not anymore, but a lot of it was just an agricultural civilization. That's actually how we started out in the Indus Valley civilization. Those are the people that we actually call sindhus now. That's a term that is rarely used, if ever.
Persians be like, nah, fam.
Nah.
Screw your alphabet. We don't care.
Right, but so Sindhus, they were an agricultural civilization, and when they migrated downwards, that's when India's
Southward, Subhash.
downward, southward, same
Okay,
thing.
no, it's
Okay,
south.
if I go to North Carolina, I'm heading downwards. No one says southwards. Okay, I'm right, you're wrong.
Direction is an illusion.
Are you dumb?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Right, so
Oh, dude.
when they migrated downwards, they created the agricultural civilization of India. And I kind of just want to go back to my, I'm saying roots in quotation marks. Obviously, you won't be able to see this,
We're
but-
from New Jersey, dude. We're basically like,
right. So that's why I say roots in quotation marks. I don't think anyone in my family has
It'd be
farmed in the
pretty-
past.
I think it'd be pretty
in-
based
yeah.
to return, but I'm all for I'm not a big fan of immigration, but I'm all for already immigrants adapting and adapting to the American culture,
Right.
which is inherently a European Christian culture, and I think that we have a duty to respect the law in America. But let's not go off on that political.
Let's go back to the fears. I actually like that conversation.
Oh yeah, me too.
Realistic fears, like I said, death soon, death in general. But I have a fear of, this is more of a specific fear. But I feel like there is going to be at least a couple people, if they don't listen to this podcast, but a couple people in the world that do have this fear. Just the thought of waking up one night and just having people in your home that you don't know, your parents don't know, you're sleeping, waking up, and they're just people in your home.
Your parents don't know them?
Your no one they're breaking in.
Are they
I should just
robbers?
I should be upfront.
It's
Just-
called get a gun. I mean, we live in New Jersey. It's very, very hard to get a gun.
But the thing is, waking up and facing that fact of someone that entered your house without anybody knowing, that's terrible.
Bro, when I could move with...
I actually had an experience that was similar to that. No one actually broke into my house, but I was just that scared of something like that actually having happen that I wasn't able to sleep that night. So what happened was
like sleep paralysis.
no, not sleep paralysis. I woke up. I went downstairs, got a glass of water, drank the glass of water. So we actually have switchboards in the basement,
Yeah.
right? And every now and then, one of the things will get tripped and a light won't turn on.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the kitchen. One of the kitchen lights wasn't turning on, so I turned on the other. Thought nothing of it because I thought, oh yeah, it tripped. And then I went back upstairs after I turned the light off, and then I went to sleep or tried to go to sleep, and for some reason I just kept hearing someone speak.
What was it?
I don't know.
It might have just been your mind, because
No, like
human brains do that, man.
no, like I would close my ears and hear nothing, but when I opened when I uncovered my ears, I would hear something. The human mind can't do that. At least
I mean, it probably can.
it definitely can, but I have a baby mind, so
I have a
broken mind. I movie reference for anyone that gets this out there. I probably shouldn't have said movie reference then, but you know what kind of mind I have?
What
A Beautiful Mind.
is that from?
It's a movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Man didn't even get the reference.
I did not get the reference because I'm not a huge movie nut. I watch some horror movies here and there, but other than that,
Horror movies are actually something that don't scare me. A lot of people are scared by horror movies, and I don't understand why. I mean, I do. I guess I do understand why. It's just
I mean, I guess it's just one of those fears. Like, I think that
people tell me not
don't
to
like
be
gore.
scared.
People don't like gore a lot of the time.
I used to be scared of horror movies, and people just told me why, or even if I wasn't scared of horror movies, I would like a certain character on the TV show, and they would die, and I would be sad, and people would be like, "Why are you sad? That's fake," and that's the same thing with horror movies.
One thing about horror movies
why are you
is like
scared?
one thing
It's
about horror
fake.
movies is like the entire huge fear part of like horror movies is. Have you ever noticed that, like, especially when a new movie's coming out and like someone's seen it, they always overhype how scary it is, and like once you see it, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's just the idea of advertising. Advertisers or people that work in marketing or whatever, they always overhype stuff. For example, for Avengers Endgame, although it was a good movie, the hype for it was
Ooh, it was
a
way
lot.
overhyped. I mean, like same thing with Black Panther,
But
Avengers Endgame, everything.
obviously, I still like the. Obviously, I still like the movie. Speaking of Black Panther, I didn't get to watch the movie when it was in theaters, but I do remember people talking about it. Everyone would just be overhyping it. They would be like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best movie I've ever seen."
Funny story. When I was in, I think 5th grade, we were talking about like it was at the end of the school day.
Right.
I was talking about it was me and a group of other kids. We were like, "Hey yo, did you see Black Panther?" And I was like, they were going around, "Yeah, dude, I saw it. It was so cool. Yeah, it was the greatest thing ever. I want my godfather to be." Who was that guy that died in there? Like
T'Challa? No, T'Challa didn't die.
No, I want Killmonger to be. I want to be like Killmonger, or whatever. People were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, dude, it was a good movie. I like the whole symbolism, the whole like African utopia part of it. I thought was really really cool. Like the whole idea of like a secret African, basically paradise. It was really beautiful CG.
Right.
High tech civilization, yet kind of primitive. I love that idea. But like no one can deny this fact. It was really overhyped, like criminally
Yeah,
overhyped.
the thing is,
And no. When I said that, when I said it was really overhyped, this one kid was like,
oh my gosh, you hate him.
No,
I
no,
very
no.
hate you too.
No, he was like,
I mean, he
I-
definitely
say-
wasn't Indian.
He was black. Say that again, and like. What and like I was like, yeah, I mean it was okay. I just thought it was like really overhyped. Like you can't tell me that it wasn't. They were piping this stuff up for like over 2 weeks. Oh my god, it's gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. Jesus, wish you could have seen this. Like it was all right, and like he slapped me, and then I went over and beat his ass.
the thing is, in those types of situations, they would always be like, "Oh, did you watch this new movie?" And everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. I didn't like it, but I did like it." And I would be over here like, "Oh, you guys watched Black?"
Screw your movie.
I would be like, "Oh, you guys watched Black Panther?"
So what
I
happened?
I watched Bahubali.
We watched
You're Indian if you know what that is.
Yeah, Bahubali. Great film, honestly.
Nah, that's another overhyped movie. Every single
It
Indian,
is, but still, it was
no,
good.
every single Indian thinks that movie is good, and that's why Indians aren't like. That's why you never see any movie critics that are Indians.
Well, yeah, because everyone loves everything.
Exactly, except for their children,
Well, pretty much. Like I always complain
and
how
not really except for their children, just more except for their children's
yeah,
grades.
you know, in Bollywood movies, everyone like I know in Western media, everyone's dude. This is something I like see. It's like, hey, Indian movies, they've funny dance sequences. They sing funny songs. When they usually just pick up like some random obscure like not even serious bad song when there are tons of great songs
But the thing,
soundtracks to movies. But like no like there's so many good things that
but that's
isn't
what
seen.
keeps the audience's attention.
Yeah, they want to think that Bollywood is bad. But, like it's actually some things
It's
are
actually
really good.
it's smart. That's the thing.
Yeah,
But
there's this
like,
whole plot point of oh, you have these dance scenes. They're all choreographed. They're in like they pan out to
sometimes it could be
weird locations.
unrealistic, but the point of the dance scenes or songs in Bollywood movies are more of a
It's an expression of art, really.
yeah, and it's more of something that you could like if you're watching this at your home or even in a movie theater, get up, use the restroom, come back.
Dance, bro.
Like yeah, sure, we have intermissions. I don't know if that's a common word. I don't know.
No, it is a common.
Okay, okay.
Like we have intermissions. Like
yeah,
it's
it
a long
stops-
movie. It's like
right,
more than an
yeah.
hour. We're gonna like have a little
Well,
break where you
yeah,
can pee and
you
stuff.
you get like a bunch of commercials so that you could step out.
They're
use the
all
restroom, come
Pepsi
back.
commercials. They're all Pepsi commercials.
And they're
for
all
some reason.
they're commercials for Indian movies at least. It's commercials for restaurants in New Jersey. Like even if you're watching the movie in Texas, it'll be
in like restaurants in
like
New Jersey.
they'll be like, "Hey, visit Biryani Point in Edison, New Jersey."
Edison, New Jersey. Da, da, da. Oh, bro, dude.
Right.
you
So
know, get this thing to like I don't know. Get this video to
3
10
likes,
likes, 10 likes,
5 likes,
10 likes,
1 like,
9 likes,
0 likes.
-2 likes.
Yeah.
Get it to that, and me and Subhash will do the full Tinuk Tinuk song. We'll sing the full Tinuk Tinuk song.
And for the white people listening, you know that
Dolana.
you know that
Tumbe
common
balata
Indian
se
song.
dil
We'll sing
pukar.
that.
Hajan pe kieri mera
Stop singing
pyar,
actual.
Dolana.
Stop.
You just
No
want-
one's gonna know what you're singing.
It's Punjabi.
You don't even speak Punjabi.
I know. I just learned the lyrics because I'm bored.
You
don't like
Why don't you do your homework when you're bored?
Okay, because who does homework, Subhash? Gosh.
People who get good grades.
Awkward silence. Okay.
I don't really find
Okay.
silence awkward. I think that could just be me, but like
Yeah.
like if people just stop talking, whether it's abrupt or it just makes sense to stop talking, I don't find that awkward. I think, okay, so the conversation's over. That's fine. Let me just do my thing now.
Yeah, but like then it's a different thing. Like when it's a different thing where like you're talking to someone and like you're in a room alone or something like that, or like you're having dinner with them and like I mean then again you could have one thing to do with eat, but like if there's nothing to do and you're just talking and like there's just a silence and no one's doing anything else and you're just kind of looking at each other.
Then just try and start a new conversation.
Yeah, but some people are really awkward and don't like to do that.
No, you try and start a new conversation. Like just by asking a question. Like you don't even need to be like, oh, awkward silence, but
Yeah.
right. You don't need to do that. You could just be like, hey, how was your day? Or just have a list of questions that you could think of immediately as soon as there's awkward silence.
Honestly,
also,
being confident, like
yeah,
one thing that I've noticed, because
right.
I like to start conversations. I really like to talk with people and facilitate conversations. That's one of the reasons that we founded the podcast. But no, one of the things is confidence. The person that you're talking to usually emulates your like usually emulates your behavior or like your
Right.
attitude about the conversation. If you're being really timid and stuttering and stuff, the person will be less likely to open up. But if you're confident, if you're speaking clearly, if you're asking them nice questions, if you're being respondent, and you're listening to them and everything, they will be a lot more likely to open up, and you're gonna have a better time and a better conversation.
Right. Um. Yeah. Speaking about being confident or being like true to oneself or whatever.
Chadley, being a Chad, 8 hours a day sleep, work out, read your Bible, cold showers. Or Bhagavad Gita for our Indian bros.
Right, my Indian brothers.
My Indian bhaias.
My Indian bhaias, little, but you know the rapper Chota Bacha?
My 7-Eleven broskies.
You know the rapper Mr. Pacha Cent?
Oh, bro, you know Little Darky? He's an Indian, bro. Bro, shout out to Little Darky. I love his music.
Man's
man.
not gonna listen to this.
No, Long Beach, like back in Long Beach, amazing. It slapped. He made a song, Kali Ma. Kali Ma and
I'm pretty sure.
Prelude to Ganesha. They were so good. I loved it. He also has like he also has.
Sai's just over here fanboying.
I know.
Fangirling.
I'm such a Darky fan. But no, he has Prelude to Ganesha, Kali Ma. Swamp is another good one. Genocide, Holocaust, a bunch of great songs.
We aren't promoting the Holocaust.
I am.
The song.
Nah, Mustache Man. He was based in
Bob
Red
the
Pill.
Builder?
He was
Bob
based
the Builder didn't have it.
He was based in Red Pill. Okay, fine.
Right, so, yeah, speaking about being confident or whatever,
Step outside and puff out your chest.
I have to, I'm actually writing a speech for our 8th grade promotion. If you didn't know, we're in 8th grade.
Bro, how many people get to, like,
Only 2 people. You have an 8th grader opening, and an 8th grader, closing. So, the first and last words you hear of that day are from 8th graders, and, actually, the first drafts were due, today. Right, so, if you were planning on doing it, you can't anymore.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I already finished my, I finished my 3rd draft or whatever. Because I'm an Indian Tryhard.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually called me an Indian Tryhard, this year.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad, but very true.
Mans was out here doing calculus on his birthday. Look at this bozo.
Actually, I was not doing calculus. I was learning how to make money.
Quesadilla.
Yeah, I was learning how to make quesadillas.
Quesadillas. Underrated, yet so
Actually, we've been pronouncing it wrong
amazing.
this entire time. It's, quesadillas. You know the...
We aren't white, Subhash. No matter how much we try and how much you look white, we are not white.
I don't, like... I am.
You have relatively light skin. You're not actually white.
I have light skin. I don't think I look white.
No,
though.
you don't look white. You have like the phenotype of an Indian. Subash is over here. If you can't see it, well, you can't see it.
You definitely can't see it.
But like no, Subash is stroking his mustache, and it's quite
quite beautiful.
Whatever
if you want to call it
whatever
that.
you want to tell yourself, buddy.
Right. So
Oh man. Oh dude. Oh dude, we were talking about fears earlier. One fear that I had was I really have a fear of drowning. Like for example, once I was in Vancouver, Canada for a competition.
Right.
And there was this one restaurant.
You fell and you couldn't get up. So you called out to someone and said, "I've fallen and I can't get up."
In a southern grandma voice, yes, that is precisely what I did. But no, like we were in Vancouver, Canada. There was this one restaurant that was built into a ship.
Right.
And it was on a dock, and like we saw bubbles that were coming up from the dock, and there were no guardrails or anything, and
that's not safe.
Yeah, no, it wasn't safe. But like no, there were seals, and we saw like some seals and stuff, and like we were in the restaurant, and like it was very high up, and me and my buddy Lucci, we actually went out on the deck, and it was very high up. And
yes, you said you were very high up.
yeah, I'm like, no,
You've already said that.
like we were looking over the edge, and I just saw I saw a seal for a second, and then like I imagined myself falling over into the freezing cold water because it was Canada. You know,
Honestly,
when you're getting snow in summer, it's not very warm. Shout out to my buddies in Yukon, by the way. I have a few. Of you
I
out
like your
there.
potatoes, by the way.
Canuck. You know who I'm talking about. Still, screw you, maple monkey bastard. Still,
The caveman?
no Canuck.
The caveman?
No, my buddy Canuck.
Oh, by the way, shout out to the Yukon area. Like I said, I like your potatoes.
Yes, Nunavut's pretty cool too. That's like a bunch of islands.
So about that,
About that,
about that,
I was getting to my car the next day.
the care,
I slammed it a bit too hard, so I said sorry.
sorry.
Dude, Lily
Oh,
Singh
we're-
made a whole video up about how Americans make fun of Canadians. Bro, you do not like.
But
Canadian,
she does the exact same thing with
to white
America
people
and white people.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah, exactly.
double standard much, and also she has a huge double standard when it comes to men. Like,
And the thing is, she says that she's bisexual, but if you hate men, then aren't you just a lesbian?
bisexuals don't exist. It's a social construct.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, wait, what?
Here-
What'd you say?
bisexuals don't exist. It's a social construct due to the current modernization of the world.
Yeah.
That's a theory I'm working on.
Also, speaking about stuff,
Mhm.
I feel like nowadays everyone's just normalizing things that aren't normalized or aren't normal.
It's
like
it's
you're-
the industrial revolution and its consequences. I'm gonna take a page out of Ted Kaczynski's book. I'm just gonna expose my leanings. I'm a very far right guy. Subhash, I don't know how he leans, but like I don't know.
I actually lean forward. I'm Michael Jackson, by the way.
But no. How do you wait? What's your political ideology, or how do you lean politically?
I don't like talking about politics, but I am a little bit more right.
Oh yeah, right leaning. That's average. But no, I'm pretty far right. I'm just gonna let you guys know. But like speaking about Lily Singh, man, like the normalization. Okay, no, the normalization of stuff that
The
in our society-
normalization of irregular things is something that we as a society shouldn't do. They're not normal for a reason, so do not normalize
For
them.
example, the 97% statistic for those that don't know what we're talking about. How about
Nah,
Subhash, do you wanna-
people get pissed off if you mention that. I feel like we should stay away from stuff that's that
Okay, I'm just gonna leave
controversial.
them with one thing: being looked at and feeling uncomfortable is not assault. And if you think so,
I'm looked
you
at
need to get in the real world.
right, and I'm looked at weirdly all the time. Yes, I am weird, and yes, I do look at people weirdly even though I have a mask on, but it doesn't mean they're assaulting me or I'm assaulting them. People need to understand what assault is. People need to understand what's right. I said nothing right. I said nothing controversial. Yeah, just try not to do stuff that's incorrect. Try not to say stuff that's incorrect. We'll leave
Fair
you
enough,
on
fair
that.
enough. Yeah, let's not get too political. I might do my own thing if that happens.
we'll leave you on that note.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I'm Sai.
And I'm Subhash.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, folks.